The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and I'm going to hit the producer if she makes me read more scripts like this. I tell you, she's a bit quick to tiptoe through the tulips. We're taking on the 2014 Winter Nats, and boy, have the teams put on a show this year. Leaving Steve in the pits, we take up position trackside, right next to all the action, awaiting the next round qualifying for Chris Sankey's modified category dragster. Chris's car, as you can see here, is something we figured would be nice and easy to spot in the lineup. So we waited, and we waited, and we waited some more. Modified qualifying started, and we were still waiting. Then modified qualifying was over, and yep, you guessed it, still waiting. That's when we twigged that something was up.
We had a transmission failure. One of the hubs inside the transmission split. Actually, we did it yesterday afternoon. So we had one of our fellow competitors went in back to his shop in Yatala and finished it at 1 o'clock, got back here with the repaired part at 1 o'clock this morning and had it all fixed up for us. So yeah, we're in the process of putting it back together. I first went to drags in about 1980, first went to the drags in 1979 when I was at school. But bought my first race car in 1984 and I sold it to buy this one. Yeah, I've run a 791 at 170 miles an hour. Hoping for a bit quicker than that this weekend. Had some guys helping me out with some engine improvements, so we were definitely hoping for better than what we achieved yesterday. So that's a Ford C4 3-speed transmission, once found in an old lady's Falcon back in about 1972. So basically they just use the housing, throw everything else away, put all the good bits inside. That transmission's rated to 1,000 horsepower, which I don't have, so it was fairly surprising that it failed when it did. The piece that failed was down in here, so we can't see that, and we hope to within 3 hours we'll have the car running again just to test the pressures and see how it goes. This is a Ford Cleveland. It's basically a production block found in the Falcons from about 1969 to 1977. It's a 351 configuration, but it's actually a 370, which means we've stroked it out, so it's a bigger stroke, longer stroke. It's got a pair of AFD aluminium cylinder heads on it, a tunnel ram with 2 alcohol Holley 750 carburetors, and it makes about 750 horsepower at about 8,800 RPM. In the engine I use the Marble One Racing 0W50, which is a fully synthetic engine oil, and it's suitable for methanol, alcohol applications like I use. In the transmission we use the Marble One Racing synthetic ATF, which is suitable for passenger cars right through to the likes of what Steve Ham uses in his alcohol funny car. And then in the differential we use the synthetic 75W90, which is basically a commercial vehicle lubricant used in trucks.
We'll leave Chris to carry on with the arduous task of rebuilding the transmission and hope to see him trackside nice and early tomorrow morning. The Winter Nats run a tight schedule, and the East Coast Lubes team are working steadily to ensure everything is perfect well ahead of time. From wiping down surfaces and interiors, to heating the oils, replacing the clutch plates, pressurising and testing the extinguisher systems, checking the timing lights. These boys are busier than a one-armed man in a clapping contest. Before long, the team tow around to the lineup and final checks are performed on the car. The red mist descends as Steve gears up and they seal him in. She's a snug fit in the cockpit, but with just enough room for one of our cameras. .55 seconds, 260.9 miles per hour. Even our cameras couldn't keep up. This sends Steve into the next round and closer to the prize, gaining those championship points.